Welcome back to Factorio, the Hyperbase Revisited, episode number 13. First things first, when I think about it, I've just gone into my mod settings, looking at the resource spawner overhaul settings. It has this feature here, revealed spawned resources. And I think I'm going to turn this on. I don't think it's going to spawn new ones as a consequence of it, or actually generate the space. They're still basically hidden, but you can see where they are, so you don't waste, you don't need to open up the map in areas that don't offer you anything. So I want to see that. I don't know if this requires a relaunch of the map. It might do so because it doesn't look like it's showing me any spawned resources. In particular, I'm interested in whether I'm interested in seeing whether an oil field will pop up down here so that we can supply sulfur. Otherwise, my nearest oil is right at the top of the map, which is just way too far away. I don't quite know what I am going to do about that. My other option, I guess, would be... no, that's coal. I'm bringing in... Am I bringing in oil? Yes, I bring in oil here. I could potentially extend that, although that crosses a line again, which, well, I'm crossing here, so I guess it doesn't matter that much. I could bring that oil over here so that trains can why are you stopped back there? That doesn't look good. So that I can create the sulfur train for blue science. Now, last episode we were doing blue science, and the end result is we have a massive collection of items that were sitting there and which we may not have any use for, and an even more massive one up here of items that needed to be removed so that we could reconfigure with this 8 beacon build. Also, it would appear that we're slightly too long there. We don't need those beacons extending all the way down there, which probably means that we're also too long just up there. And it needs power as well. I haven't run around and finished the power. So that didn't actually take that much longer, but it was very boring and very repetitive, which is part of the problem with a very big base. Also, you'll notice mining productivity in the meantime. Well, I guess we've run out of our reserves of something in the science area. You need some modules, do you? Do I have any modules? I do have modules on me. What armor do I have? I have the running outfit. You're just up here. Why don't I quickly swap and see if that's enough to fix up a few things. Appears to be. Not exactly sure what was missing what, but we are getting those things sorted out. Okay. Now let's swap back, because the other thing that we need to do is get power throughout all of this. I don't need to go down there. What I need to do is probably use substations as much as possible. Oh, what? Oh, that's interesting. So one of the problems is there are not actually, because you need more machines, more actual assembly machines with 8-beacon, even if it is more efficient in some ways. It's less efficient in the total number of machines, but of course the only thing we really care about is the UPS performance, and the fact of having just one of these blocks certainly helps there. I do have what I require in here. If I can, there we go. There's 68 just in there. Oh, this isn't in a network anymore, but that might fix the problem. I'm gonna have to swap armors yet again though, and you'll probably find that we run out of productivity modules very, very quickly. Like we're already out of them. Okay. I am going to swap back. Have a quick look to see if that other area has any spare productivity modules collected, because they're not connected. What might be faster is if I put a robo port. Actually, there's no reason not to let these connect for now. It may as well. I don't think there's any though, so we're going to have to get some, and by some I mean quite a lot of modules, 700 it looks like, of the productivity modules. That's fine though, we'll quickly do that trip. And then there's a query that I was asked in the comments section of one of my earlier videos that I want to try and address as well. Where am I? I'm there. I want to go up there, so I'm actually slightly this way. There it is. Right, so you are these things. What have we got? We have... I definitely don't need... Oh, that's the chest. My logistics, I definitely don't need that. I'm saying I want 200, but actually I want 700. And I can't actually fit 700 most likely. There we go. 100, 200, 300. I guess we're going to have to make multiple trips because I don't really want to drop some of the stuff here. Doesn't make a lot of sense. That RSO setting obviously needs a map reload, or it's not the right setting, doesn't do what it's advertised to do or something, but I've seen it work, so it must be able to work. I think we want to come up here. Swap armors. In fact, I may as well even just ride down here like so. Well, not so fast, bro. Actually, I may not need all 400 here. It might have been across the whole map. In which case, the 70 or so that I've used may have been all that I needed. Okay. We'll get back to the first problem then, which was power. Now the I can get in close to apply power. Actually, you don't reach those ones, do you? No. So what we need to do, in fact, is basically round about here. We need to take this guy, just move him over, and then we can place that one there, and then that covers all of these on the interior. So that's what we need to do a few times. I'm suspecting that's the next one right there. Yep. We only have to do it a few times, fortunately. It's probably this one. Yeah, I think so. Now, there's a reason I am using substations rather than medium power poles. If I haven't explained that before, or if you're new here, the reason is that the total count of your power infrastructure, the number of machines you have, is more or less a linear function contributing to electric network, this number here. If you remove half of your poles, you more or less halve that number. So using substations is vastly superior to using medium poles, and with a base this size you don't care less how much it costs to create things. That is not a consideration at all. The only consideration is UPS cost. One more. I guess we can move this one. Right, now, we still have these ones, but these ones will be a bit easier. We really just need to do that. And I think I've already done it for the other side, or it was already more or less done. So that brings everything on grid other than sulfur, of course. I'm not sure if it's worth going out to try to see if this thing will spawn. I guess it doesn't really take too long, so maybe if I save game, as this will be episode 13. Let's just see if this works. And actually, should I need to change a map setting? Not a startup setting. Let's see if this makes a difference, if that's enough. I would have thought a map setting would have taken hold immediately, but maybe not. No, that has not done it. Oh, never mind. We'll worry about it later. So I guess I do need to try and do something about these collections. I am now, though, going to go and answer the question that I got asked. So let's go up to our science facility. The question was basically, why am I using cars in my science facility? And we'll get out and I'll show you why. So this is basically a 1x2 chest. And not only is it a 1x2 chest, it is a 1x2 chest that you can mark out what resources are allowed to be placed where. And you can see that we're out of purple and also yellow here, so that's why this one is refusing to do anything. Now, I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to have to do some tests if I should put fuel in each of these so that they're not flashing to warn of no fuel. It might be that that saves UPS. I think there are some issues with having vehicles here. And you cannot... the other fairly major issue is you cannot include cars and blueprints, unlike rail wagons. You can put rail wagons in, but not cars. Maybe, in fact, if I really wanted a long one, I could put a whole rail wagon in, unload into a rail wagon, but it would be a 2 entity, not a 1. So if we used a chest here, in addition to not being able to mark off these, but we could create a count mechanism, so that wouldn't necessarily be the end of the story. But if you notice, we have 14 effect sources, which is the 2 inside the science lab, and 12 surrounding it. Now, the only way you get 12 is if you have slight offset. If this was only a 1x1 entity, then the inserter would be back 1 space and it would be harder to cover this. I think we need stack inserters. We have a research speed of 23.45, which is partly due to our bonuses. Which one is bonuses? Bonuses, blueprint library, bonuses, there you go. So we've got research speed of 250%, so it's going 3.5 times, then all of this speed up to make it 23.45 times. Vanilla, you can't go any faster than that in a lab. But that's the reason. And how does this work? Trains come in, they basically try to unload everything they've got, and these stops turn on and off via combinators up here, keeping track of which one has been opened, which one has been shut, and so on. So at the moment, if you look on the map view and you turn on train stop names, I only have these first 6 active at the moment. As you can tell from the name, I need to change the name, but I also need to finish the actual building of them. There's 9 in total, which slightly exceeds the 8,000 science per minute, but obviously 6 is sort of 2/3 of 8,000 science per minute. Anyway, you can see there is 1 open station here, so basically when the train comes down, it will go into the open slot, and as it goes in, the next one will open up. So if there were 2 trains, it could start filling 2 at once. And we've got a separation between the space science and the train stop, all the other sciences. And I think I just tell this train to go to, okay, pick up space science, then go to space science 1, then this is just a wait stop, then go to space stop 2, then wait, then 3, then wait, then 4, then wait, then 5, then wait, then 6, then come back. So obviously a load on this train is a massive amount. It's not very full at the moment. If you look at a carriage, it's only got 3,500. That's like 2 of the 40. They stack to 2,000, remember. So that's not very much of what it can take. So it has enough capacity to go round all of these stops, at least currently. I think it's putting 4,000 in each one, so 6 4s are 24, 9 4s are 36, so it will have the capacity to do all of them. So basically it will unload everything, it will then go back and reload with space science, and then it will come back and unload to all of them again. And the wait stop for it is this one, I think. Space science wait. Oh no, this one. So yes, I wanted to make sure that it wouldn't, that it would get out of the way, so it comes up here. So that's why there's a stop there, and then it comes round. It was a while ago when I did all this. But the other one, they basically only, the other sciences trains only stop at one station and completely unload. So the stations are opened and shut. That's how it works. Okay. What I might do actually is go to the main base, to our Spidertron, and see if I can unload it. We need to go up quite savagely. We're here. I don't think we're going up quite steeply enough. Oh, the other thing, guys, is this has completely finished. There's no new building being done. It's finished its calculations. So yes, I'm probably gonna, because it actually can set them up fairly quickly with the bot speed I have now, I'm actually going to just leave it and see if I need to open up more of the map for it to lay down. If I don't need to, I'd rather not. I don't need 700 modules, guys. Let's get that back to, for now, 100. I don't need these guys. I'm not building one of them just now. Why are we picking up all these bots? 500. I don't want 500 bots. 100. And I don't want 8 wagons. I want no wagons at the moment. That's a start. We're not going to be dealing with inserters right now. So I would like to reduce this to, say, 200. Pipes we might need. Where's Mr... There he is, Mr. Spidertron. Okay. How full is our storage? It's pretty full. I think we're going to have to add a bit to it. How much stone is there in the whole thing? 72,000. That's not as bad as I thought it would be, to be completely honest. So Spidertron is full of all of this junk. Let's grab his iron plates first. And his gears. Oh, this is where we lost some modules and things. I'm not 100% sure if I actually have a proper recycle for plates and modules and some of these other things. Modules will be fine, but some of the other things like engines and gears is what I really mean. Oh, took all those away, that's good. Miners, we may have a use one day. Who would know? Anything else you've got, bro? Yeah, you got these and these and these and these. Got more of those, more and more. I have far too many modules on me right now. Far too many of just about everything, in fact. Let's change how many of These that we accept for now. We can always get them later, get them back. So you are basically empty again. What I think I'd like to do with these guys is turn them into I'm going to be laying lots of rail, so maybe I can have this thing chase up behind me and pick up lots of rail. So if I was to go into rail, say, and order 2,000. I'm going to need extra signals as well. So you could have 2,000 rail, you could have those signals. I'll get another 2,000. I'll give you some more signals. I'm actually going to have exhausted my rail fairly soon. There's only 2.8, so I guess we will let Spidey here have 6,000 rail. Have some rail, have some signals. This should be good for burning through the stockpile. Well, that stockpile is this stockpile. Oh, and this stockpile, okay. So burning through the multiple stockpiles of stone, because what happens is I used to have well, I still have this train go back and forth, but I don't use it for building solar panels and accumulators. It's mainly to unload stone and to load up on the substations and the roboports and radars that were needed in the build out here. See substations, and they all have a radar, and they needed the roboports to enable the building of them. How are we doing? We're full once again. All right. You guys, let's not order anymore. You can have all the rail. I will keep those. You've actually still got a little bit of space. I obviously am not ordering the big poles for some reason. Oh, I am. 50. Why are we having trouble? Why are we having trouble with that order? I've only got 19. Big poles. Where's the big poles? Here. Oh, your recipe changed. So now you need iron sticks. We have iron sticks. Alright, you're going to just have to get iron sticks from a requester chest. Iron sticks. It's one way to use them up. You probably need iron sticks as well, right? You do. Okay, in that case, what are you? You're just a yellow belt. This is not going to help me. Oh, I'm getting rid of all my yellow belt now. Bring me back the yellow belt, guys. Actually, I could put it there. That would probably make enough sense. That's all we needed to do. Almost all we needed to do. Now, we have 50 big electric poles. Okay. The point of that was I want to give you some big electric poles. Now, I want to set you on your way. Going down to here. How do I use this? There we go. You go back there. So the Spidertron is going down there now. How many rail do we have now? 1.7. Maybe I will still carry 1,000 rail on me. $72,000. So far it's made no difference whatsoever to the quantity of... Oh, I don't need that belt anymore, I don't think. Get rid of it. Oh, wrong belt. Never mind. Get rid of it. Good. Okay. Let's go. I'm going to have a look at the setup for that oil. I know that I'm not going to need that much. I'm not going to need that much. There we go. There's the spider. I'm not going to need that much crude for building sulfur. It's a fairly limited amount needed, all things considered. It's just down here, I believe, right here. Right here. Okay. So this guy is basically this line here. That was to avoid something. And you get filled by crude. That is coming from here. So if we needed to, we could easily increase it. Okay. If we needed to, we could increase it. And there's another one that's getting filled here. Where are you going? You go up. Somewhere. Up here. Or somewhere else that I must need some crude oil. Anyway, I don't need to follow that through. What I do need to follow through is the possibility. So PS crude unload. So what I might need to do is put conditions on here. But in the meantime, I'm going to basically need to extend this rail. Am I going to need this copper? I have no idea. No idea currently. I also want to clear out the excess rail that we have here now. This is probably an iron. goes up here. Neither iron nor steel is needed up there anymore, so we can get rid of that. What's this one? That's electric engines. That's red. So this one here is going to be the sulfur. This line here, which at the moment is assuming that it's green circuits. So that one is going to have to change. Okay. Alright. While we wait for Spidey to get down here, I think it'll probably take about 5 minutes or so. Oh, the other thing is, this is the engine build. I don't think it's big enough. So we will have to do something about that. This guy needs to go a little bit further down. Yeah, a little bit further down. Maybe as far down as there, just to get out of the way. That's good. Now we're getting some action. Okay, so let's just get out for a moment. And this one here was for the likes of iron and steel. We certainly don't need all of those. Okay, we can change my armor over. Now, this is the one that I'm saying becomes sulfur, I believe. Yep, that is the one that becomes sulfur. So it doesn't... I think it actually came down this way. So it came in from over here and then down this way and then away. It's probably going to come up from the bottom. So it's going to be like these guys in future. So that is quite a change as well. Yeah, this one, we don't need it to do what it's doing. Okay. Actually, oh no, that's only going one way. So I probably want another station. Thanks, autosave. I probably need to change the autosave interval. That's one thing I probably do need to change. I want another station there, and that will be blue science, sulfur, unload. Just so I know and I don't forget. Now, I don't know how a train was getting in here to give these the fuel, but that might be something that we can attend to. You probably don't need that right now. So this one here was the green circuits going into blue science. No longer a requirement along here, thanks, bro. Simplifying track is always a good thing if you can do it. Actually, even more, this part, all these paths here are paths to nowhere. So let's get rid of them as well, because they just make things more complicated. Which means one of those can go. Have a quick look at the map, see if... Oh, spider is there. Fantastic. So our doing a useful thing, but sort of just filling in time as well function can probably come to a close shortly. Signals are great for train input, but if you don't need them, then you're adding calculations to the train, which normally is not relevant. Get the trains to work properly, but it is relevant in this sort of situation. Okay, so what do we have now? Blue science, red science, red circuits, engines, sulfur. Now what I might do is see if I can push this guy out so there's room for the sulfur to happen within its loop. This one doesn't exist anymore. This was the second blue science setup, but I certainly am of the opinion that I'm a lot better off if I don't need two sets of setups. And then, guess what? We don't need the circuits here. Okay, so this whole line here also needs cleansing. And as mentioned before, if you have unnecessary power infrastructure, it is costing you. It will take me a while to get used to flying this damn thing. So here we go again. The perfect example of too many signals. Let's get rid of that one. Where's this actually going? It just goes there and then down around here. Okay. Well, just not needing it is a good thing. I might do some of this tidy up afterwards, because that will be easier for most people. Okay, so I think we can take this back to there. Right, so that's made it a little bit easier. Now this one here probably also go, yeah, all of those go to nowhere. We'll come back to that. So if we were to try and make sulfur inside here, we would have to do it kind of in here. Here's a line that we don't need. That's just confusing for the moment. Where exactly are you going? You're going to nowhere. Oh. Maybe it would be easier if I'd cleared out the whole thing before I start trying to do something else. Oh yeah, no, we need rid of that. One less station, that's also a good thing. If you don't need them. Less rail crossings means less calculations of the system across a much more complicated complex. I should try and test that theory at some point. I'm not quite sure how I can test it. You don't need 2 sets of those anymore, just one will do. In fact, where are you? Are you causing a problem anywhere? No, so that's fine. I could possibly use the same rail, but I'd rather not. Right, so that was supposed to be green circuit, but it's not anymore. We don't have a green circuit. And this one here does absolutely not need to go through anymore. That is a great simplification to the track. So that was why, even if the 8 beacon hadn't proved to be as effective as it actually seemed to be, it was a great idea to simplify the track mechanics down to allow it to operate like this. And yes, we still need to get rid of this one. Oh, and this one. This is another track that basically goes nowhere. I might need that Spidertron just to pick up all this extra rail that I've gotten rid of. Now, we do need this one, right? Yes, we do. Good. Okay. But we don't need this piece. So we don't need you, we don't need you. It's questionable whether you add value. You probably need to be way up there if you were to add value. Okay. And this line here, where does that go? It just joins in there. Okay, we don't need that anymore. Let's get rid of the whole thing. I may end up with a bit of tree here. So the line that's coming down here is for the engines. And this one I'm removing is for... it might be a joint iron and steel return, which is no longer required. Yeah, so much for picking up an extra 1,000 rail before I left. That wasn't really part of the requirements, was it? Any more? No, that looks like all of it. Okay, I guess then... Oh, I don't need those for sure. I don't need nearly as much of this as I've got. Ideally, can I fit an oil unload here. So it would go up here, along here, along here, along here, up here, go down there, unload oil, we'd make sulfur. The train would then go straight up here, inside this one, back around. It may not even be able to do a turnaround in there. Let's see. Oh, it is possible to do a turnaround. So that plan is not quite as far-fetched as it may have seemed. In that case... let's get a stop. Including all those tanks. Something like this. Rotate. Rotate, rotate. Map mode. Okay. If that was something like that, that would work. If this does actually work. Oh. I'm going to put this just here for the moment. Because what I want to do is put a radar here so that I can actually place the whole thing properly. Radar, 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 radar. There you go, radar. Now, if we come back down here. Map mode. Okay. It should, when it aligns perfectly, it will all go blue. There we go. So, do we have enough room here to get a rail to turn around? Yes. So, with that said, we are halfway there on our design. We're also coming up to the end of the time, but I guess I would like to say hi, Spidey, and park you up, get the other armor so that we can run a little bit faster. And yeah, we're going to run through here. We're going to need something like this. And that. And that should be... I was going to have to cross here as well. Which, yeah, let's just do that while we're here. That'll be the return. So... we'll kind of need that. It's got that there. That should do. Okay. So now I just want to run and drag, run and drag, run and drag. Run and drag, run and drag. See if this is an issue for the possibility of a train from just down below there in a bit, but for now we're just running and dragging. Okay. Now, what I want to do is tell Spidertron to come up here. Okay, Spidertron, why are you not deploying robots to build this? Oh, and I should have dumped my extra rail on Spidertron as well. Grid. Enable logistics while moving. Trunk. Robots, robots. Grid. Personal robo ports. Trunk. All this stuff. Can you get on with doing what you're supposed to do, Mr. Spidertron? Does it only work if I'm inside the damn thing? If that's the case, this is useless. You have robots. Does it affect? No, mine is on. Let me just see. Yeah, it works if you're inside it. And it doesn't if you're not. That's useless for being an automated system. I mean, the only difference here is the Spidertron's got its own battery. It's less than what I was after. Less than what I was after. So I'm not particularly excited by the idea of an army of these guys. They're not as much as we need, perhaps. Although that didn't take particularly long. Alright, in that case, for now, if we're just doing this, let's just come straight down then. And there's not a lot of point. Which rail did that actually cost? Almost none. Yeah, whatever. Is this guy batteries half flat or something? No, he's just not very good at his job. Alright, fine. I want you to come back here, dude. And we will drag out another very long line. I guess I can see how much track's involved here because it's telling me the number of rail segments it intends to put down, so it's not that extreme. Alright, that's good. And my intention is this goes round, round. Like so. And that'll be the completion of that bit of rail. It's easier than flying the jet because you've got to continually course correct in the jet. There's no lock to grid. There is a mod you can get, like a lock to grid for the car. Maybe that would be worth putting on if it works for the robot, but for the jet, but otherwise perhaps not. All right, let's go. And if he could just do this by himself without me being on board, that would just be great. Maybe there's a setting that I don't know about somewhere. All right. How are we doing for rail now? Hardly a dent. Right, over here. So, oh, there, okay. That would be what it would need to do to get up there. Then to reconnect, okay, where these are is a problem. I think what I'm going to need to do is actually tell this train that it needs to be slightly further over. Or at least slightly further over when it is next to here. Unless I move these guys into here. That would be possible, I suppose. You don't actually need to be up there. You could come along here. And then this is what I'm talking about. Let's just get rid of these for now and see what this would look like. And at some point, prior to this intersection, we would have to do something like that. And then... so that would actually work. Maybe I'll get Spidey to map that out. You can go down the middle just in case there's some advantage to be had. Oh, yeah, we'll need to deal with this issue right here. Yeah. Why do I have one on both sides there? That's a little bit confusing. Oh, you actually are a bi-directional. Okay. You go up. Okay. Right, coming through here. This would certainly be another section that would need some signals. I can't get one in the middle bit there. That's upsetting, but it is the way it is. It's doing something which I probably don't appreciate. Okay, well, there's probably only one train on this, but let's put one of those there. You're not going to need these. All right. Aside from needing to power this stuff up, which actually, could we do it from over here, or are we getting too far away? Not the inserters that need it, so... come on, dude. No, it doesn't work. All right, get out of the spider. The spider's not helping much at this point. Yeah, these are not helping. So we just need a couple sort of set up like this. Is that... I'm going to get to there. No, it will have to be, if I move the blue one, it will have to be this one. And the next one would be that one, I think. And there. And is that it? Yes, that's it. So that is all we needed to fix that up. Oh, I may even fix this, because I don't care if we get deliveries of red at this point. That should be all that can come in there. We might be getting a delivery shortly. Okay. Oh, this one here. Yeah, we need some signals here. Oh, that's right. It doesn't matter when you're in a spider. I forget that. You've just got a chain there. Maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and there's one way over here somewhere that's meaningless. So... yeah, now we have a supply of crude that we can maybe fit what we need to inside there. Otherwise, I may have to move it over and do the oil processing there, turning it into petroleum, and then shove it over here. That might be what we have to do, because this collection looks fairly crazy. What are we doing? We're over an hour. Guys, I think we'll leave it there. We'll build the sulfur in the next episode. I may use the basic oil recipe here. It just depends. Are we fueling these trains? I think there's some fueling solutions. Maybe it's not totally complete. Yes, we've got trains that are trying to go places and they cannot. Which is a little bit fun. Oh. I don't really need an iron train here anymore. No, I do need an iron train, but I probably don't need as much as all this. So we also have to sort out this one. Because of how this oil is fitting, I may have to shrink it back this way or change it to an 8 beacon. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye-bye for now.